What are some examples of power and violence?
Not paying American citizens enough to survive. A for-profit healthcare system. An American education system that doesn't give its teachers adequate supplies. Predatory loans and debt. Coded language about people of color.
Law and order.
Law and order.
Restoring law and order in our American communities.
Voter suppression and gerrymandering are examples of power, violence, and terrorism. Monuments to Confederate traitors who lost the Civil War. Redlining. No-knock warrants. For-profit prisons. The terrible experience I had with Eversource, Optimum, and AT&T was all about power. Who had the power in my interactions with them? It wasn't me.
Hello, and thank you for calling AT&T.
70% of America living paycheck to paycheck.
What people don't know is that 70% of Americans are living from paycheck to paycheck. Everybody, not poor people. Everybody.
Arresting and threatening judges who rule against you and your administration, or who you just don't like, is an example of power, violence, and terrorism.
The FBI has arrested a Wisconsin judge over allegedly helping an undocumented immigrant evade arrest.
Using 20 ICE agents and police officers to arrest one person is an example of power, violence, and terrorism. Lies are a fantastic example of power, violence, and terrorism.
I don't lie. You know, one of my problems is I'm straight. I tell it straight. I tell it like it is. I'm very truthful.
Egg prices came down 50%.
The cost of eggs has come down like 93, 94%.
Eggs have come down 400%. Everybody has eggs now.
The Fourth Estate making millions by spreading those lies is an example of power, violence, and terrorism.
What can I say? It's, the money's rolling in. It may not be good for America, but it's damn good for CBS. That's all I got to say.
Paying for tax cuts for insanely wealthy people, business owners, and the politicians they both fund, those in the upper caste in America, by taking away food, healthcare, and Social Security from everyone else, robbing and killing the poor to give to the rich is an example of power, violence, and terrorism.
Anyone making less than $15,000 sees an increase in their taxes of 74.3%, and from $15,000 to $30,000 of 20.6%. Is that correct?
No mistake in the numbers.
Attempting to arrest and imprison your political opposition.
U.S. Attorney Alina Harbour has announced charges against New Jersey Congresswoman LaMonica McIver and accuses her of assaulting a federal agent.
Attacking colleges and universities.
We have to honestly and aggressively attack the universities in this country. The professors are the enemy.
The President of the United States using ICE, the National Guard, the military, and other federal agencies as his personal police force is an example of power, violence, and terrorism.
President Trump is mobilizing an additional 2,000 National Guard members. Also, 700 U.S. Marines are headed to L.A.
Outsourcing thousands of jobs overseas, out of America, is an act of power, violence, and terrorism. CEOs have the freedom to make that choice. Everyone else?
Ha! Fuck everyone else!
Rigging an economy and society so that middle and lower caste American people don't have the choice, chance, or ability to unionize and fight for better pay and protections is an example of power and violence. Indifference and radical individualism are, at their very core, about power, violence, and terrorism. What does it mean to be an American? What does it mean to be who we are? It means living in a country where greed, abuse, violence, terrorism, and an insatiable need for power is marketed to you as freedom.